Okay, hello guys. I hope you're doing well and I hope you're having a nice weekend and actually an extended weekend if you take into account the US holidays. I took advantage of these holidays and I have prepared and actually like I would say it's not very advanced but not basic as well, like a trading log and scoring system on in Notion. I'm not sure how this code is gonna work out. Probably it's gonna I'm gonna need a little bit of to make a few tweaks here and there. Uh, but it's a good starting base. Sorry, a good starting point. And so I'm just gonna take you like through the system, and hopefully I'll encourage a lot of you out there to prepare a similar scoring system. I'm not sure if you have anything. In your system if you have anything in your trading process. But I find it's going to be very helpful for me at least. Uh, so for example, that's an example trade. Okay, just ignore the first one, ignore the rest. Just take into account the first ones. Okay. Okay, so let's see, we have the account, we have the asset, execution time frame, 10 seconds, New York session long, that's the basics. Okay. Set up Phoebe, which is like a failed breakdown because I take liquidity sweeps trades. We have the liquidity sweep of the previous day low. Here we shall have a lot of setups, failed breakdown, break and resistance. It's like a gap and go. Uh, and level reclaim, which is a bit inferior to failed breakdown. So we go to the primary location. Which one was the primary location? Was the previous day low? Was the previous DVA low? So obviously the previous DVA high and the previous DVA low, which are in green, they give us more scoring points because they are the really good zones. The rest is green, and the one to avoid is the midpoint of the previous day. Uh, okay, so now let's have, in our example, let's say we have the previous day low sweep. We have any confluence? Was it any other was any other confluence in the location? So was it, for example, near overnight low? Was it near previous DVA low, or was it at the CVA poke, or any other confluence? Which, by the way, I just need to see how, because I need to insert in the location confluence the high time frames. This is not something more advanced, and maybe need to add to it. So we have how many distance from the POC, because I take into account into the CVAs, the POC, the central price, which is a very choppy environment. So I say, okay, we have how many points? For ES, if we say, like, for example, it's 2 points, it's literally very close. So you're going to get a choppy environment. So let's say I'm 20 points. Automatically it says I'm far from POC, so I can trade it. If I had, let's say, 3 points near POC, and I get a penalty for it. Okay, let's say now we're 20 points from POC, so that's quite far away. Okay. We don't get any penalty. We're not in the mid. So we have confirmed liquidity sweep. We have the CVA roll. So the CVA roll acts like a resistance to support. We have also the magnet, if it's like a magnet, like a target, or if it's kind of like a neutral. Look, let's say, for example, like our POC was just below and acts like a support. Okay. We have a confirmation entry. We weren't late, we weren't early, and we're not chasing the market. Market context is range. And then we have give us automatically zone quality A plus, location score, setup score, execution score, and the context score. So we are good to go regarding the equilibrium, regarding the zone. Total score is 80. And it tells us also what's the base size, the final size. So our suggested size, it says, okay, you can go with a full clip, with a full size. That's okay for you. It's valid trade and trade allowed, and the final decision is traded. You can take the trade. If, for example, we change some of them, let's say we have, let's go back, and we're gonna change our primary location. Let's say it was a previous DVA low. Location confluence was, let's say, it was near CVA POC. Okay. And let's say the distance was, for example, like 5 points. Okay. This is near POC. And now let's say also that the confirmation was early or late. We are in a trend against. So we have a lot of negative environments now and bad execution. So we see the zone quality C degraded automatically. Equilibrium state, we're in a medium state because we're very close to the POC. And here it says no trade, and the final decision says don't take the trade. So I don't take the trade. The only thing now that I need, this is very good actually guidance. The only thing that I need to add now is on the location confluence to add the high time frames. And if the number of high time frames, if like for example it's 1 or 2 or 3, they're gonna give they're gonna add more points to the system. And this is like something I need to figure out. But otherwise, it's really a good system, and uh, it gives you a good starting point to consider. You know, if you're gonna go take the trade, what your size is gonna be. It's gonna be, you know, the same size, half size. You know, so this automatically calculates everything. So you don't have to, you know, oh, I feel good about this trade, I'm gonna take it, or I'm not very good, you know, or whatever. This, you know, this is automatic system. You don't have to think about. Just you take the trade, you don't take, depending on your system. That's it, basically. This system is based on the liquidity zones. Usually the previous day low or the overnight low, where the liquidity stands, or the let's say here, for example, like, so we can say we have, okay, this is the liquidity zones. So it could be like these zones, previous day low, these lows. This takes into consideration the previous day low, the overnight low. It takes also into consideration the previous day DVA high, the previous DVA low, the POC, and the mid, which is a zone to avoid. And takes also into consideration the POC, which is the central price of the CVAs, which also you can see them. Let's bring up a chart so you can see them properly. Yeah, so if you go here, you can see them, the POC. So if we're like, you see we have a POC here, okay? And it's very close to the previous day high. So automatically this adds a little bit of choppiness. So this is something to consider. But now I need also like to consider adding especially the VWAPs, the high time frame VWAPs into the equation as a location, as a confluence, or you know, this is something to configure, not today, maybe tomorrow or the next week. But this is a good starting point, as I said. Yeah, that's all about it. I hope I will influence and encourage many of you to make something similar. It's very easy. I just basically used the ChatGPT, and I told him how I trade and what I want to take into consideration and prepare a score system for me. And step by step, I just uh, put in the formulas, and now I can like have like a great system. As I said, next week I'm gonna integrate the high time frames, especially the VWAP, the DVA high and DVA low, but especially the VWAPs as an avoidance zone. And we'll see how it will turn out. But as I said, it's a good starting point. Okay. Have a nice rest of the weekend, and I'll see you next week.